Hello, Doc. Please unmute your mic.
Can you hear me?
Great, I can hear you. So tell us, what does the Afrobarometer say on this matter? You are the Afrobarometer man.
Good morning to you. Good morning to your viewers and the other panelists as well. Unfortunately, on this question, there is no Afrobarometer answer.
No. There should be.
But I've been listening to all the insightful comments from the panelists, the legal education and everything. For me, as I've been reflecting on this case, and as I wrote about it yesterday for CDD Ghana, it is an extremely weighty matter and issue, to contemplate the removal of the Chief Justice of Ghana Supreme Court, which means that I can see why the Constitution tries its best to create a process where you have to cross a number of hurdles before that ultimate decision can be made as to whether a Chief Justice remains in office or not. In particular, you don't want the potential removal process to be a tool for resolving deep disagreements with the judiciary or deep disagreements with the Chief Justice. So you want to make sure that you insulate the process from some of these things. On the question of whether the Chief Justice should have been, giving the petition so she can give an input before the president consults with the Council of State. In my opinion, whilst it is not prescribed in the process or in the law, I think as a matter of good governance, it would have been helpful, right, in the president going to the Council of States to say, okay, look, I have this petition against the Chief Justice that I want to consult with you about. For me, it hurts nothing if you go to the Chief Justice and also say, look, here's a petition. I want to, go to the Council of State for their advice. It won't hurt if I at least have some initial comments from you on what these petitioners are raising or alleging. And then you go to the Council of State to say, look, I received this petition. Here are some initial comments too from the Chief Justice. Weigh it all and advise me, right? In that case, you are giving the Council of State the benefit of even more and additional information. It's not that they won't be able to advise you on just the basis of the petition, but I would have liked a process where you get some initial comments from the person against whom a petition is being made, so that the Council of State has this wealth of information upon which then they can advise the president during that consultative process to say, okay, there is some prima facie case. Then, at the next step, the Chief Justice would have, the benefit of fully responding to whatever, is being determined in the initial stages.
Is that to suggest that the approach is wrong to begin with the Council of State, even if you intended to get to the CJ, as we are being told? The Constitution provision says, where the petition is for the removal of the Chief Justice, the President shall, acting in consultation with the Council of State. You are saying that the right thing is to get to the CJ first, rather than consult with the Council of State, and to have the Council of State now say, upon the consultation with us, let's call the CJ to bring her views. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that in the consultation process as prescribed by the Constitution, I think it would be helpful to also have some initial comments from the Chief Justice.
Yeah, so my question is, which should start first? The Constitution, which should start? The Constitution says, if it's about the CJ and you receive the petition, you shall, in consultation with the Council of State. So should he begin the consultation with the Council of State? Who should he inform first, the Council of State or the Chief Justice, to begin the process? That's the question.
Right. To begin the process, he can go to the Council of State and say, I have this petition against the Chief Justice. But as part of the consultative process, permit me to do one more thing. Let me get some initial comments from the Chief Justice as I'm consulting with you to get your advice on how to proceed on this matter.
Okay. What do you say to those who say that will mean the president is actually from the onset dictating to the Council of State whom he's supposed to consult with for what should happen?
But he's not telling the Council of State or dictating to the Council of State what they should do or how they should advise him, right? He's essentially, at least for me, what I see such a step doing is to say, I am looking for your best possible advice on this matter. I think it would be helpful as I consult with you if I can also have this additional information at the beginning of the process, right? Yes, I know that if a prima facie case is established, the Chief Justice would have a chance to respond, etc., etc. However, at this point, at least I would want some initial comments to add to what the petitioners have brought before you, so you can give me your best possible advice as I consult.
We just heard former Attorney General Osae Kwapong, who says former Chief Justice Osae Kwapong, who is in the Council of State, on the Council of State, potentially will have a key role to play in this process. When Samoku Jeto was there, he tells us how he was heading this kind of processes. Imagine that, assuming without admitting that when Charlotte Osae was not given the opportunity of seeing her own to give a response before a prima facie determination, who was the CJ then? Osae Kwapong? So imagine that her view is that you don't have to give the other party the opportunity to give a response. And she's in the Council of State, and you've already gone to take the response, and you are coming to give it to them. What is she going to say then?
I mean, if she still holds on to the principle she applied in the Madam Charlotte Osae case, I can see her saying, well, Mr. President, you didn't have to do that. But again, for me, it's not about the president violating the process, right? It's about the president saying, given the nature of this matter, given the institution that we are talking about, I think that it would be helpful to bring you some initial comments from the Chief Justice, because the matter we are dealing with is an extremely weighty matter that involves the potential removal of the Chief Justice.
Okay.